If you're thinking about getting the Meta Ray-Ban Gen 2 Wayfarers, that's a mouthful, then there's usually one trap people fall into immediately. They assume these are either gimmick glasses or they're straight up a technological marvel. Well, they are neither. Because in real life, these glasses are shockingly good at a few things, like listening to music, making calls, recording videos and photos, but also worse in the exact places that you'll often use them the most. And that matters because the difference between this is the coolest pair of glasses that I own and it stays in the drawer isn't exactly the camera specs. It's the moment that you're standing still in public and you're just shouting, "Hey Meta! Hey Meta!" So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what these glasses can do, what got upgraded, what is still annoying, and the one trade-off that you have to make before you spend the money. Let's dive in. Okay, let's start off with the part that is easily to understand. These glasses act like a face computer, a lightweight face computer. So they can snap photos, they can record videos, you can listen to music, and you can even run AI commands for things like navigation, direct translation, and also asking what you're actually looking at. But here's the real world version. The best thing that these glasses can do is make capturing effortless because no hands are involved in the process. So no pulling out your phone, no, wait, hold on, let me pull out my camera. No, you just capture. And Meta knows this, so they have pushed this one upgrade that totally changes the whole experience. But before you get too excited, there is a hard limit on the camera that most people don't realize until it burns them. So Gen 2 bumps you up to a 12 megapixel camera that can capture 3K photos and videos. And you also get options like 60 frames per second and also slow motion video. But here's kind of the constraint of how you use it. These glasses record a maximum of 3 minutes at a time. 3 minutes. So if you're thinking like, let me just record my whole walk from the beach towards the city and maybe even my whole day and maybe my whole life for that matter. Well, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So here's the thing. You have to treat it more like a highlight tool than just a full documentary that you want to make. So think about short moments that you otherwise would have missed or first-person moments that would have felt awkward when you have to pull out the camera with your phone. So that's why these are more compelling to normal people instead of a whole GoPro replacement kit thing. It's basically a capture life faster tool, if you know what I mean. And that's also why the battery number that you keep hearing about is kind of true, but also misleading. So on paper, the Gen 2 actually gets an 8-hour battery life boost. But in real life, of course, it changes to about 5 to 6 hours with constant use. And less than that if you record high definition film the whole time. So the battery is a genuine upgrade actually, but it's still a how are you actually using it kind of situation. If you're mostly doing like short clips, a call here and there, some music, some photos, then you're fine. But if you're doing like I'm filming everything in 3K, in bursts of course, then you can kind of expect the battery life going to drain a lot faster. So here's a quick rule. If you want these to feel amazing, stop thinking this is a recording device, but start thinking more as a memory trigger, like a quick moment, a quick clip, and done. But the make or break feature isn't actually the filming anyway. It's the AI. And it's both the best part, but also the most annoying part. Now, if you like the idea of the Wayfarer Gen 2 glasses, I've included a link in the description where you help support the channel and get 10% off when purchasing it. So the AI features can be genuinely helpful if you're doing like language translation, whisper map directions, or quick what am I actually looking at kind of questions. Well, that's the upside and it works quite phenomenal. Hey Meta, translate the text in front of me.
The text on the package says, Suave Premium Silicone Earplugs, comfortable and effective 27 dB.
But the downside is the interaction can kind of feel unnatural. Because to do the look at something and ask about it, Hey Meta! You often have to stop, stare at something, and speak out loud. And you can kind of imagine that that creates a little bit of a weird public moment. And even if you're not doing something creepy, it can still kind of feel creepy. And if you think the awkwardness ends there, wait until you see where the photos and the videos actually get funneled towards. Because the app experience is where these glasses go from wow to why does Meta do this to everything? So everything that you capture gets handled through the Meta AI app on your phone. And the issue is not that the app exists, it is what the app pushes into your face when you actually open it. So instead of opening the app and seeing a photo of your dog, for example, you get hit with a barrage of random AI-generated content. So you're trying to access something real that you have captured in the world. And the software is like, before you do that, here's a weird AI cat on a motorcycle. And that mismatch is kind of the core tension of this product. So the glasses shine when they keep you in the real world, but the app tries to drag you into the meta world. And now we have to actually move on to the elephant in the room, because if you wear the camera in public, you're not just buying features, you're also buying the social and privacy consequences with it. So let's be blunt here. Camera glasses exist in a fraught place right now. Even if you are totally normal, totally respectful, and wouldn't do any harm, people don't know that. So you may notice double takes from people, suspicious looks, and the general, are you recording me kind of energy. And the privacy concerns aren't abstract anymore, especially when people are buying actual mod kits in order to disable the recording indicator or using camera glasses to record people in bad faith. So if you love the idea of these glasses, you might still feel hesitant wearing them around strangers for this exact reason. So who are these glasses actually for? Because based on what you want, these can be very nice, or it can also be a hard pass. And a quick question, what would you actually use these smart glasses for most? Is it for capturing photos and videos? Is it using the AI? Like, let me know in the comments below. In a nutshell, if you want quick hands-free photos and video, solid audio for podcasts and calls, a lightweight smart glasses experience, and you're okay with short clips and some AI quirks, then the Gen 2 Wayfarers will do exactly what you want. But if you want long continuous recording, hate being forced into an AI-heavy app ecosystem, or you already feel uncomfortable about cameras in public, you'll probably end up not wearing them as much as you think. And just one more reality check here. They are 419 euros here in my country, the Netherlands, which is pricier than the predecessor, which is 329 euros. So you want to be sure that you're actually paying for the upgrades, which is the better camera, more video options, and the better battery life. Also worth noting, these do not have a built-in lens display. So if you think these are some kind of AR glasses that you see on the internet, that's not what these glasses are. So be aware of that. So the question then becomes, are these good? Are these good enough to make the plunge, buy them, and, just venture and go into the world and capture some awesome moments? The Meta Ray-Ban Gen 2 Wayfarers are generally very good smart glasses. They have a better camera, they have a stronger battery, and a feature set that can make capturing live feel effortless. But the trade-off is also real. The AI interaction can feel a little awkward, the app experience can be a lot, and the privacy social vibes is something that you have to be wary about. But if you get this right, you will be able to capture moments that you have definitely missed otherwise. Hands-free, without breaking the flow of your day. Now, if you're into this whole tech that frees you from pulling out of your phone or being locked to a desk idea, then you'll definitely love my next video right over here, where I test replacing your computer monitors with the Meta Quest 3 headset. So click that video next, and I'll walk you through the exact setup.